Hello, everyone. I am Chris Falco from Falconian Productions, and I am here storytelling for.
Andrew, I play Mason, a Dawncast Solar and upstanding member of the Pentex first team.
Peter as Dolores Star, the Heart Eater.
And Nick as Henry Temple of the Infernal Exalted.
So, last time we left off, your plans were basically. Well, your plans were to take over Magadon. However, to get to that point, you need to deal with quote-unquote Mitchell, is who you saw as your biggest impediment with your weird power. I should bring up party sheets and stuff. So, you were told by Kevin is the name of Mason's mentor, right?
Correct.
Or at least, his Americanized name. Right, so he set up a meeting with one Ralph Cannon for you.
Okay.
And so, well, first of all, let's add a day to the calendar because, you probably want to do that fresh in the morning. So yeah, he told you to, early in the morning, head out to the Hoover Dam. Because that is where you can find Ralph Cannon during the day.
On the day on Thursday, 14th of March, 2019.
Yep. There's the map of the Hoover Dam. Not that it matters. I just like having a visual there for everyone.
Ooh.
You know me.
It didn't load for some reason.
Oh, down with this.
It
Oh,
takes
never
a
mind,
moment
sorry.
on your
Sorry.
side. No, it's all good. Just make the audience think that there are technical difficulties when there aren't, ruining their trust in this whole system. Anywho.
What have I done?
So, who's driving? Not that that matters, but who's driving?
I think that means me.
Probably
I will
Mason,
be
though.
driving.
Yeah.
It might not be my car, but I know how to drive.
You can drive my car. That's
Yes.
fine.
All right.
Have
So
you,
yeah.
you get the blood out of the back?
Yes. Oh God, yes. Spent the weekend cleaning the shit out of it.
Yeah, there was no weekend. It's Thursday.
Oh, you know what I mean.
You spent most of your
You
day.
took a day off
Yes.
from work.
Exactly. Yes.
All good. All right. So yeah, you told them you're gonna come into work late today because you can mind spider if you need to. I'm not gonna make you do that. They let you all do whatever kind of at this point. They are keeping an eye on you, but consequences can come later. For now, yes, you all set out to the Hoover Dam with Mason driving. Mason, give me a perception plus awareness roll, difficulty 6. Two successes. You feel like you are being followed by something you can't see.
I will mention my heebie-jeebies to the party. Like, is there something behind us? I don't know. Maybe a drone? Is there a cop around here?
Uh.
Oh no, Dolores looks paranoid. Could be followed.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I mean, I'll look around, and then I'm gonna think and go, oh wait, I'm gonna try to feel around with my technopathic powers just to see if there's anything unusual like I can feel in terms of like a car's electronics or whatever that shouldn't be nearby, or a drone, whatever.
Do you have a power for that?
I do. I have Electric Devil Caress. Admittedly, only extends to 30 feet, but I'll give it a shot. It's fine if there's
Alright.
nothing.
Here, let me just take a look. You have that charm on your sheet?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just going
So
to
what
take
does
a
it
quick read of it. In fact, why don't I copy paste it so the audience can read it too? And we'll read it here. Boop.
I'm attempting to operate it, to be clear.
I see. All right. Why don't you make that intelligence plus technology roll against willpower? What would the willpower be for thing? Well, let's just say 7.
Sure. Da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-ba-ba. And I will. Hey, why don't I just spend a little essence? I mean, no reason not to, right?
No reason at all.
Yeah. Okay, and it's. Da-da-da.
So what are you possessing?
I don't know yet. We'll go
Does
figure it
your-
out.
He's trying. He's kind of reaching out and seeing if he can touch someone. Someone
someone within
electronic.
5 yards?
Again, 30 feet. Again, like I said, if there's nothing there, that's fine.
I mean, it might be a tracking device in the car or something. Who knows?
Like I said,
Alright.
I'm making him make the roll and we'll go from there.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh, 10 successes.
Alrighty. So there is something kind of directly behind you that you can't see, that's not physically there, and you can't actually get control of it, but you can feel that it's there and you can like latch onto it like it was technology, but it's not actually yours to control because it's not mundane. But you can feel yourself trying. There is something there.
Interesting. Then do I feel it like behind us?
Yes, behind you. Like
Is it keeping up with us?
it's within your range,
Oh my god!
and it is indeed keeping up with you.
I look behind the car, like, and kind of narrow my eyes, like very confused, and then I say, yeah, Mason, I think you might be onto something. There's, you know that trick with the phones? I'm like, there's something there, but I can't quite get it. But it's there, and it's following us.
Well, that's less than ideal. I guess that's what all-encompassing sorcerer's sight is for. See if I can spot it in, I don't know. See which dimension it's in, perhaps.
Okie dokie. Which dimension are you going to extend Sorcerer's Sight into? Because I'm pretty sure you do have to pick one.
I do have to pick. I think probably the spirit realm.
That makes sense. Alrighty. Give me exactly one moment. Assets. Campaign. Everyone can see my little tiny images that's watching this. Oh, gotta refresh it. Right. Alrighty. Let's... You see that following you. And it is like as big as the car, to be clear.
Oh boy.
I will verbally.
Oh.
It's like a giant spider with a
Yep,
chainsaw
with weaponry.
hand and welding. To
Now,
it.
notably, it does not look like it's attacking you as of yet. It's obviously still in the Umbra, but it is following you. That is following you.
Oh.
Is it one of your friends? Is that like one of those rust spiders? Those bigger?
It does not look rusty.
Does it match any? I guess it matches stuff I read in that book. Like it's some sort of spider being.
Yes, it matches, like, you know, what pattern spiders are supposed to look like, except bigger and weapon-filled.
Okay, yeah, that's I will. Yeah, that's a arm pattern spider, I guess.
What?
So you know how you have your little rusty baby boys, like your buddies.
Oh, great.
It's like
Cool.
them, but like 30 times bigger and not rusty.
Jesus. Do we need to start shooting it?
If it attacks us, absolutely. If not, I don't know. And maybe it's working for someone. Maybe it just wants to be friends.
So do we
I
use
like the
silver
syringe
bullets?
mandibles. Yeah.
What was that,
Hmm?
Peter?
Do we use silver bullets on it or something else? I don't think that's covered by the employee manual.
You know, if it's like the movies, silver's for the werewolves. Unless you read, Mason, that it's not just for the
I
werewolves.
mean, sometimes it's for vampires.
For vampires. Oh shit, you're right.
Sometimes,
For vampires. Oh god.
The book didn't cover vampires. Did the book cover what these things can be killed with?
Why don't you roll the cult, you know, as...
Sure.
Yeah.
see how I do. Not
Hell yeah.
Normal
probably
difficulty.
intelligence plus occult. Yeah,
Yep.
it's gonna be a 5. I might get a bonus for memory, but
Alrighty, 3
Nice.
successes. And you said you have memory as a specialty?
I have eidetic memory. The
Oh, in that case, I probably could have just. Anywho, it doesn't matter. It's a stressful situation, so. Yeah. So these are hunter spiders. They are exactly what they sound like. They're usually something that comes out to kill. It's notably not trying to kill you yet, so you can only wonder what it's actually doing. Notably, you remember it talks about how they usually work in units of 2, 3, 5, or 7, but you only see 1 right now.
well, 1 is also a prime number.
Well, it's not a prime number.
I mean, it depends on what mathematician you're asking for what context.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
God.
Do you want to argue primes with the Weaver?
No.
Maybe he does. Maybe that's actually why we're here. That's why they sent the hunter spirit after him. Well, if that's what you think, here you go.
My
Debate
God.
why only I am here to kill you. No.
Should I? And are they vulnerable to anything in particular, or you just beat
Yeah.
them to death? And
They're
hope they die?
vulnerable to stuff that would affect spirits in general.
I see.
Yeah. It's not
So they don't have any
materialized right now,
specific
so
things or whatever. Oh, sorry.
it's not materialized right now, so it's only vulnerable to stuff that specifically can affect a spirit.
Okay. I mean, I can hurt it, but I don't know by how much. I say, and it might have to manifest to hurt you. So what do you guys want to do? Nothing, or hope it goes away, or just or pull over and kill it somewhere?
I think we can go with your original plan, but you're gonna have to keep checking the I don't know, the mirror to see it while you're driving, in case it starts like shooting us. Because are we gonna see when it attacks?
It has to manifest. Like you will see if it starts to shoot us, you will see it. It will come over.
Right, because it has to like travel dimension. Okay, I see. All right. Then I'll let you know when that happens. No problem. And I'm gonna surreptitiously draw my gun, but like keep it low. You know.
I'm hoping it'll be set up.
I mean, if I start attacking it, it will react violently. Like that's how these things go, right? Maybe it's here in peace? Question mark. I mean, these things usually aren't here in peace, but
it doesn't sound like it's in here for
maybe
peace.
our friend on the Hoover Dam will be able to help us with this.
Yeah.
Try sending it a text. I don't know. You got your spirit talk thingy.
Oh, that's okay. I couldn't really get any purchase, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm going to quote unquote attempt to operate it, but not to necessarily tell it anything to like what to do, but to attempt communication, like I'm interfacing with a computer.
All right, I'll allow that. What do you want to tell it? Because you already rolled 10 successes to be gripped into it, so.
Query purpose? Question mark.
It basically sends back redacted.
I don't like that. What's the hostility equals off. Question mark?
It sends access denied.
Oh, okay. I look back at me and say, no, I think it's gonna try to kill us.
Okay. Then you want me to pull over and we'll just have this out here in the middle of the road? I mean, I assume it'll look a little bit weird, right? This is not a heavily traffic road, but I assume there is some.
Oh yeah, you're there in the morning. There's definitely people on the road. But you can probably find like a little place to pull off and get out of the immediate vicinity of
like a little rest area or something.
Why don't we, go and meet up with our friend and maybe we'll have a backup that way?
Oh,
we can do that. It seems like it. Look, the me trying to communicate with it seemed like really like no, we're here. I'm here to kill you. It's just not clear when it's going to do it.
Okay, yeah, I will.
So we can keep going until we find a good spot. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or
so
we
like I
can
guess
our friend.
I'll text Henry like, hey, I don't want to be late for the meeting, but there's a hunter spider following me. I might need to take 20 minutes and kill it.
All right. Wait, you sent that to Kevin?
I'll send that to Kevin. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess he's basically gonna send back like okay ...
Well, I don't want to take it. I don't want to. I guess the word like train enemies into our this meeting zone.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That'd be rude, I guess. Right.
Yeah. So
Okay. Alright, let's pull over and kill a giant spider.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
And then the giant spider overtakes us and ignores us.
Maybe.
There we go.
We'll see.
Ooh, why don't we do a chase scene where we try to lose it?
it flies at the speed of thought.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's keeping up
mean,
with us, clearly.
It is keeping up with your car, but it looks like it's kind of like sprinting.
Well, in that case, I have a vehicle. I will attempt to lose it.
Alrighty, give me a drive check.
All right, dexterity plus drive.
Yep, and this will be contested.
Great.
Let's
I will
see.
throw an essence into there and make that
Yeah.
a 12 pool, and then it's time to tell you all about my merit of vehicle aptitude.
All right. Why don't you tell us all about your merit of vehicle aptitude?
I'm trying to find. Expert driver, 1 point merit. You drive like you were born behind the wheel. All difficulties on driving rolls are reduced by 2.
Okay, well, it's a contested roll, so base difficulty of 6, so go from there.
All right, and I spend an essence and have 12 dice.
All right, 12 away. All right, 6 successes. It can theoretically be that, but it doesn't look like it will. No, it will not. Okay, so you do lose the spider. You go down, you do like a last minute turn down a road that you really shouldn't, run a stop sign, go in through someone's driveway, cross the grass itself into someone else's, make sure that there's no cops looking. And, before too long, it kind of gets turned around because it's only so easy to watch you from the Umbra. And so eventually, you lose sight of it behind you. And you can make your way to the Hoover Dam.
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
All
Non-violent
right.
solution. We should put that down as a
Yay.
thing we actually succeeded at.
Wow, we can do that?
Yeah, theoretically. Okay. Yes, that is some sound that just started, so none of you freak out. So, you park somewhere in the Hoover Dam and make your way into there. You were basically given instructions like talk to this person on this floor, and they'll tell you where to find, what's his name today? Ralph is what I said, right? Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah. I'm assuming you go straight to him since you're a tiny bit late already.
Yeah, and we got to get our guest passes or whatever it is they do.
Yeah, heck if I know. You get whatever you need and, find your way into the employee-only places, but, you've got a thing to show security, like, hey, I'm supposed to be here. I'm talking to Ralph. I'm here for important related stuff,
Yeah, I'm 10 minutes late for an 8:10 or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, before too long, you find yourself pretty far down into the depths of the dam, like where the actual turbines are. Like, well, the office is next to where the turbines are running, where, they keep track of everything. And inside there, you find a man who meets the description you were given. And looks approximately like that.
Oh no, he's hot.
Oh no,
Yeah.
man bun.
He kinda. He looks like he's like, late 40s, but, came into the late 40s pretty damn well.
Right.
You know, and he is always pretty much carrying a stack of papers and a clipboard and a pen, and he's looking everything over, going from terminal to terminal, and he doesn't even really look over at you yet. But he does seem aware that you're here, like, you know, a slight quirk of the head as he waits for you to come over.
Guess I'll head over.
All right. He does, after making you wait kind of like a minute or so, long enough for it to be a power move, before he finally turns and says, I assume you're the gentleman I'm expecting, right?
Probably. Sorry we're a bit late. We had someone following us.
That's not entirely surprising, but yes, I am Ralph Cannon. It's a pleasure to meet you, and he basically offers a hand towards whichever one of you's closest.
I'll take it, introduce myself as Mason Fields, and then, you know, Henry Temple and Dolores Starr.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you.
He nods at each of you. Right, so I was given sort of a vague rundown. What can I help you all with?
We're looking into a guy named Mitchell. We heard you might know who he is.
A guy named Mitchell.
I should say person. We didn't get gender. We just got the name.
Yep,
Mitchell.
just the name Mitchell, and that they're one of them. Wizard. They're a wizard. Okay. I don't know what else. I don't know what word you'd use.
He nods and says, let's see, Mitchell. Well, I actually know of two Mitchells. Both of them are, and he kind of like looks around to make sure, you know, no one's wandered in that shouldn't. There are people around here, but you can imagine they're all like his direct assistant kind of deal, acolytes, though he wouldn't call them that. But yeah, he looks around and says, both of them are part of the technocracy. Why are you looking for a Mitchell?
It's hard to explain how we know, but we know that they're gonna be trouble for us.
I mean, it's not that hard to explain. You did a divination and you had a vision or whatever.
I think they're looking into
yeah.
us. Yeah.
So you're one of that sort. That's fine. That's fine. If it works, it works.
Are you like the Wizard of Hoover Dam?
I wouldn't call myself a wizard, but, you know, my interests align with them. Right, so, Mitchell. Well, there are two Mitchells, and they're very much related. There is Denise Mitchell, who is a member of what they call the Syndicate, and then there's her father, Brian Mitchell, who is much higher up in the Syndicate. He is essentially someone who runs things for them around here, who has a lot of the old fingers in the metaphorical pies, as it is.
Is this a wizard mob? Like, are they mafia wizards?
That's one way to look at it, sure. They would never call themselves wizard, even less than I would call myself a wizard, but they certainly have their own brand of science that most of humanity wouldn't recognize.
Oh. Wait, so they're mad scientists.
He kind of like, you know, does the like balancing motion with his hands. I wouldn't say that to their face.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, fair.
But yes, they're particularly, or he's particularly invested in the casinos, but also has, you know, a hand in various property sales, venture capitalist interests, and, you know, all along the strip. And, well, you can probably find him at least somewhat connected all over the place. And then Denise Mitchell is, well, his daughter, and also his assistant. She has her own interests. She's more the boots on the ground type, the kind who would go and look into things when something's wrong.
Okay. So I think you've used some words here that we don't understand, like the word technocracy and then syndicate. So it's like a usually you'd think like the technocracy member of the syndicate, because that would be.
Yes, technocracy is the wider umbrella of their aligned interests, sort of like how there are the tradition mages on our side. Like Kevin, he motions to Mason,
Right.
is allied with me in the same way that the syndicate would be allied with, one of the void engineers over there, who are another group within the technocracy.
Oh no, guys, it's Pentex all over again.
God damn it!
Pentex. As far as I know, they're not actually allied with Pentex. That would... theoretically, they should want to be rid of Pentex as badly as we would. But I've yet to actually see them really move against them lately.
So...
But then again,
Well,
they're
that's-
also always busy.
What are they busy with?
Killing magical people.
Oh, like any magical people?
Well, from what I know, there's essentially a tier list on their end of who's most dangerous and who needs to be taken care of. Just because you are supernatural and thus and he does finger quotes with one hand since the other's holding a clipboard, a reality deviant doesn't mean that you're automatically their next target, or that they'll even do anything if they see you right in front of them. It just means you're on their eventual list to be rid of for the good of the world. And he kind of waves his fingers in a I clearly don't believe that kind of way.
Wow, that's huh.
Do they investigate weird monster things, maybe?
Sometimes, yes.
Right, because, okay, we had a little scuffle with some guys who then turned into 9-foot-tall killing machines outside of a bar, and a whole bunch of people showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them were folks we knew from Pentex, which made sense because I called it in. And other folks were people we were not familiar with.
Wait. That reminds me. Dolores having a flashback to that cell phone girl talking to Mr. Mitch on the phone, classifying us as unknown deviants.
Holy shit.
Huh. How interesting of a connection there that you have just brought up.
Dolores.
Thinking about SPD affiliated resources, something.
He kind of
What is SPD?
looks confused. He looks confused when you say SPD. Like, that's not something I've heard of, unfortunately. That's probably some weird internal classification of theirs.
Interesting. That's a good one, Dolores. Thank you. That's really good info.
Good thing I'm taking notes and have eidetic memory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, do you guys, go to school for this? Look, I know you probably get this question a lot, but, is there some kind of Hogwarts that we just didn't get a letter to or something?
No, not really. The traditions all have their own ways of bringing someone in when they awaken to the wider world. From what I have heard, I got a very basic rundown about you all. You're not awakened, but you still have very potent avatars, very potent enlightened wills in your own way. That would probably be why you have not gotten an invitation to Hogwarts.
Fair enough.
Yeah, see what I wanted.
Should I be expecting one from?
He mutters something about fucking turfs.
Oh god.
Should I be expecting one from somebody else, or what?
Well, as best as we know, anyone who was connected to you was dead long ago, and so we haven't heard of any more like you around here, so at least thus far. So for now, you're unfortunately on your own.
I think
That's not to say you can't find allies among ours. You definitely seem to be not aligned to the forces you actually work for, which is a good thing. But you wouldn't technically be part of any of the traditions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
that
we'll
kinda
know
adds up.
Max.
Yeah.
I feel like I say it like I feel like I'm in like supernatural journalism here.
Yeah.
It's like, were you like born a wizard, or like you said, awakening? Like,
Well, there are a lot of different theories behind it. I don't want to go too in depth for you, but essentially everyone's soul, or their inner will, depending on how you look at it, carries a potential spark to it that cycles, that basically cycles every time you die. Some of them are born that way, like you would inherit the enlightened will of someone who had already awakened, and thus would be more or less born a wizard, again finger quotes, of some kind, but it wouldn't really be something you realize until later in life, whereas others, the actual enlightenment occurs in the midst of their lives because their soul has yet to actually awaken before. And even then, it's not 100%, even if you have been one in a past life. It's a whole... It's frankly not my realm of study.
oh, what is your realm of study?
Well, I am more focused on the physical, and he kind of like smacks his hand on the wall of the dam itself. Advanced engineering, that kind of thing. Physical chemistry and materials and engineering that are a bit beyond what most others would be capable of, but not in the same repressive kind of way that the technocracy would be. I'm part of the Society of Ether, we call it.
Okay.
I like it. That sounds great. That sounds right up my alley, actually.
You're saying that the wizards built the Hoover Dam? It's really that hard?
Well, we designed it. Really, I designed most of it.
What?
Or at least
You
I
look
designed... I designed the more modern upgrades of it.
Oh, so you look really good.
Sorry,
for your age.
I sort of... Yeah, I sort of take ownership of it these days. But yes, the more modern facets of it are all my doing. And it is the earlier Sons, or Society of Ether, that did design the initial blueprints of it, too.
Oh.
So, does it like do magic stuff in addition to the big, like turbines?
In some ways, yes. Let's say it's a lot more efficient than it should be if, a mundane, a less enlightened scientist came in here and started looking things over.
Huh.
That's really quite interesting.
It-
Yeah. So okay, but we did learn that this Mitchell. There's two Mitchells. There's the older one and the daughter, and either of them might be the Mitchell we're looking for.
Yes,
We have-
I... Actually...
You like?
Actually, I might be able to help you with that.
Ooh.
Give me a moment to run some calculations. And he heads over to one of the computers and boots it up. And as it boots up, he actually opens a panel on the side and he pulls something out, which looks like a vacuum tube, except if vacuum tubes advanced instead of modern circuitry, it looks like a vacuum tube 50 years in the future of when they stopped using vacuum tubes, like far smaller and a lot of them linked together and some strange circuitry between them. And then he presses a button and all of them fill with this white gas. And then he types something on the computer, and let's see how he does it.
Watch.
So mean.
Let's see. That
Listen, the
would
poor
be...
wizard man only has 4 dice. Let him win sometimes. It's okay.
Well, it's Arete.
It's really hard to get.
Yeah. 4 dice is a lot for them.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just fucking around.
However, that is 3 successes. So he, pushes a button, and the whole thing looks like it just fried because electricity sparks all over it. But then it looks fine afterward, and, it kind of puts something across the screen, text flows through it, and he looks over it, and it looks like nonsense to you, like if someone, just took raw data out of a hard drive without any indexing, but he seems to understand it just fine. And he says, all right, well, according to my probability calculations, it is far more likely that the Mitchell that is an impediment to you is the older Mitchell, but it's also very unlikely you're going to find him directly. That said, it's possible. Give me, out of character, just a moment really quick to double check what this means. Theoretically, he is centered in the Stratosphere Tower, but that's controlled by the technocracy, so you'd have to have some very big avatars to try and go in the front door there. Especially if you think he's an impediment, not... Well, yeah. Now, Denise, as I said, is more into field work, which means you could find her just about everywhere. Or anywhere, depending on, well, supernatural instances of things.
Okay. So, can your machine tell us who sent the hunter spider after us?
Not without the hunter spider being here.
It's probably looking for me. I think I lost it.
This area, we did get some help from our allies. Anything across the gauntlet in the other dimension isn't going to be able to cause us trouble here. At least not without us knowing it.
That's good. I didn't want to drag it here. Like, surprise, I brought a friend. And it
That would be rude, yeah.
I do appreciate that nonetheless.
No. So, why would this Mitchell person be an impediment to us investigating Magadon?
Well, as I said, he has interests all over the place. It's quite possible he does have some sort of interest in Magadon. Whether it's because he knows of its true purpose or just because it's, advanced medical research is definitely something they would want, a finger in.
But you know their true purpose?
We've put it together. I've talked to Kevin. He informed us what you've informed him.
Right.
We knew there was some oddity around them, but this definitely gives us more information about that.
Yeah, I mean, we know they're doing stuff that could be construed as, for lack of a better word, evil.
Yeah.
We don't know why.
Right.
And I don't know, is every... So
Well,
I
wait,
guess I
didn't
look
the
around.
sun tell us why?
The Sun told you that they're involved potentially in the potential apocalypse. That's about it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Right. Is every company like that, or is it just this one?
Well, Pentex, we don't know a ton about them, but we know they're connected to a lot of ventures, but we wouldn't be able to list out all of them.
I more meant like if I go into any random, if I walk into random company number one and like are a quarter of the people in there possessed by evil spirits?
Not usually.
Okay, just making sure. Maybe I'm like the weird one who isn't possessed, right? Everyone else is.
No, for the most part, there has to be something very wrong with a given office for that sort of thing to be happening.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
As much as
Okay.
we, usually either us or the technocracy would deal with a place that's just randomly infected, but Pentex is, well, subtle and hard to fight.
So do you guys have a relationship with these guys, or is it more
Hmm.
like
Let's
shoot on
let's
sight?
let's call it a unsteady truce right now.
Okay.
Wait, you're
Um.
asking about the technocracy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Pentex, we
mean,
simply don't have the resources to do much more than we already are.
Okay, I'm gonna throw something kind of wild at you. And this, just take it for what it is. Um, Assume that me and my friend Mason here, at least, are nearly indestructible. Um, how bad of an idea would it be to, like, get up to that tower and give our friend Mitchell what for? Do you think?
As in, like, blatantly attack him or just forcibly make your way to him?
Uh, attack him. I'm not assuming I'm gonna fight like security guards and shit. But like he's this technocracy. And he's got science, right? So like, does he have like death rays? I'm not assuming you know exactly, but like, is that what we have to look forward to?
Um, they, yes, they have a lot. A place like that would have a lot of security. That's not to say something incredibly powerful couldn't get past it or take a few hits, but if you went in there violently, you would be met with violence. Even if
Oh yeah.
even if you don't make your intent clear right away, he kind of taps the computer that he's using. They can do similar calculations to figure out the likely intentions of someone coming through the front door uninvited.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, I see. All right. So it's not just. Okay, and then
they
they could
probably
just
they have
predict everything we would do. Oh, that's really bad. Wait, they could be doing that right now. Oh, fuck.
they have spooky mind control powers.
Well, no probability. Like, that's that's not good.
Well,
Just
some
look at Google.
Shit.
Right. So okay, probably kicking in the door and just shooting them isn't going to be an option. For starters, we'd get arrested. I assume
Oh, yeah. I guess
there's still a thing that happens.
yeah.
You know.
Now, it's quite possible if you just go in and demand an audience, they might not entirely meet you with violence, but you would still be very out of your element.
Right. So like, he's apparently some wizard mob. I know, not quite wizard mobster.
Right, I get what you're saying.
So, call him up and be like, on a meeting about Magadon.
Well, I don't have his number, but
I guess your machine can't get it for you because he has his own machines that stop you.
essentially, yes. And when our machines start going at each other, it tends to escalate. A simple phone number, it might lead to a building destroyed downtown if things go badly.
So I'm not going to find that girl that ratted us out to Mr. Mitchell. I guess she has his number. So if we find her, we'll be able to get to him.
Yes,
Yeah, or
if
get him
you
on the phone.
can
Sure.
draw her in, well, as you already mentioned, she definitely has his number.
Yep.
Do you know how to find her? I'll
Mm,
ask either Dolores or this dude, Cannon.
No. As I said, she does tend to be one of the first ones that goes out when something weird happens, though. So if you either kept your eyes open or, well, God forbid, attracted that sort of attention, you'd probably hear from her.
Can your machine tell us where something weird is likely to happen?
Let me check his other
Oh, if you go
spheres
back
real
and
quick.
find that spider.
I suppose he might. So yes, I could try, but of course, probability calculations about actual future events are, of course, never certain. But yes, let me give that a shot. And he again starts messing with his supercomputer. And wow. All right. So again, this time it's a bit different. It looks less like raw data coming through and more like an actual output of waveforms and graphs and things like that. They still don't make much sense to you, but they're definitely a more visual output this time. So yeah, he takes a few moments and nods and kind of furrows his brow and says, well, the most likely instance would be if you left the general vicinity of the dam and didn't try to lose the spiders that are waiting for you there. Apparently they tracked you.
Oh, okay. How many?
He pushes, the next page button. Says, it looks like just 2.
Okay. Is there any reason not to just completely destroy those things?
If they're after you, there's probably, if they came after you to begin with, you're probably already a target of whatever sent them, so no, not really.
Okay. There usually aren't any pieces left after I kill something like that. So I can't be like, can you tell us who sent it afterwards, maybe? But, I don't know. You bind one of these things after you beat it up? Is there a spell for that?
Not that I could cast.
Well. Okay. Then I'll probably just have to eat them.
He kind of looks at you when you say you have to eat
Wait,
them.
what?
And, I'm sorry?
So my special thing apparently is that I can make spirits not come back. I recycle them.
Ah, I see. So you more permanently unmake them.
Yes. They get put back into whatever machinery of the universe makes them in the first place.
That makes sense. He seems much more willing to process that than you just, eating them in a more typical fashion.
And then I get to skim off the top.
Right.
Hence the word eat.
I see. So you draw in some of their quintessence for yourself.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
Jesus.
Is that like a mage vocabulary word I should know?
Yeah.
It essentially means the energy that makes up the universe. If you use it in its raw form, it makes it so we can use more powerful abilities and calculations, and we've found that most other supernatural creatures use some form of that, colored in its own way.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I think I get mine directly from the source.
Right. Well, that would make sense if you're burning out the essence of a spirit directly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything I can do for you all?
I will probably need to put together some kind of weapon. But other than that, should be fine. I'll have to, get maybe a broomstick. I can attach a blade to it. It'll work.
Do you know what they're vulnerable to?
I assume you poke them really hard until they stop moving.
I
Do
mean,
they
that
not
works
like
on-
EMPs?
I mean, Mason would know an EMP is probably not going to actually affect them because technically they're run by essence. They just have a very machinery-like form, which is why you couldn't control them. But you could kind of tap into it, like, hey, this is supposed to work this way. There's the machinery for it, but the machinery doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
Right. On the other hand, your thing might work. Your mind control.
That I guess that depends.
Take your phone out, put it to their face.
I was gonna say, like, do their own speakers count?
No.
No, I wouldn't think so.
I mean, Mr. Cannon here might let you MacGyver something up.
Yeah.
We
You
do
build
have,
forward.
if you're saying all this out loud, I'll say we do have,
Yeah.
spare parts and old equipment we haven't gotten rid of yet over, and he kind of points on like the map on the wall, like over this way.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
great.
that might make this a little bit easier, especially if there's like 3 of them.
Right.
Yeah.
2, but yes, be my guest.
Great. I'm sure I bet he kind of wants to come along and watch us work.
Turns out all this equipment is actually just aetherite, so it doesn't work for us.
Damn it.
I mean, well, no, it'll still be like a box
I mean,
of tools.
parts are parts.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to be able to grab an aetherite wonder out of there. They don't really put that in there in completed form.
Right. No.
But yeah. Yeah.
So what is this? Is this out of character? Is this an excuse to whip up a gadget or something?
Yeah, if you've got an idea.
Okay. Well, I did. Okay. So it's kind of basic. I did like the EMP idea, but realizing that I couldn't like interface with it, maybe I could cook up a trinket that is like an EMP but like a spirit bomb.
A spirit EMP? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely doable. Let me
Cool.
open those gadget rules. I know trinkets you can literally make by just hopping in the closet and putting shit together, and there's definitely
Yeah.
enough in there for you to do that. So, yeah, he does end up following you, kind of like after a moment, like he has to think to himself, like, wait, maybe I should see what they're doing. And, not in a rude way, but, just for the sake of showing you where it is and whatnot. Alright, so yeah, trinkets, you basically need to figure out what they are, have materials, and then make a roll. So, we're not going to completely come up with completely balanced mechanics. I'll just think of something when you throw it at the spirit. So, yeah, why don't you get in there, tell me what kind of parts you're going to make it out of for the fun of it, and then make the roll for it. The
Okay.
intelligence or dexterity plus computer science or technology.
All right. I will definitely use intelligence and technology if that's okay.
That is okay.
And just so you know, and I don't care about the numbers. My intent is to do some damage, but mostly stun. Stun a bunch of them with however this works.
Sounds good.
So is that difficulty 7 or 8? Sorry.
It's 7. It's 8
Okay.
if you're really stretching, but you've got discarded aetherite parts, so
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
you've got plenty to work with.
7
So,
successes. Yeah.
So yeah, why don't you go ahead and tell the others what your MacGyvering looks like?
So I just kind of not exactly trance-like, but like just kind of muttering myself like, oh yeah, and then this, oh of course, then you could put that. Okay, but it needs a power source. Oh, that'll work. And I'm just kind of just snapping it together without like any tools or anything. And like usually these things like the thematics are like it looks like a little bit grungy, but I take a little bit of the extra effort to make it look kind of like just a chromed out like cylinder that has like a button on it, like with just a red button, and it's like clean, sleek, futuristic. And I just hold up and say, "Oh shit, this might help."
All right.
Nice. I mean, and while you're doing that, I'm just getting a pole and possibly either having you or just using like a lathe or something to add threads to it, and then screwing a spearhead on the top.
Perfect.
Much
All right.
simpler. He loses interest immediately.
All right. Yeah, that roll is basically just for him, for Ralph to use awareness to realize that you're using cool Exalt magic.
Yeah, I kind of look back at Rolf like, "Hey, is this anything like your?" Because I couldn't do this before. This is cool. Is this like what you do for fun?
Yeah, he takes a look at it and is like, well, not exactly, but that's definitely, I guess you could call it in the same general neighborhood of our science. That's very interesting. I've definitely never seen someone do it quite like that.
We should talk shop sometime. After we're done with these, with our business.
Yeah, I think we should. And he actually hands you a card from his big stack of everything. You can add Ralph Cannon to your contacts list because you
Yeah.
have very interested him.
Love it. Contacts out the wazoo.
All right.
Yeah. We keep in contact, and we go out. We blast infernal, hell energy out, like in the Founders or something. Like, okay, time to call the exterminator.
Right.
So anyway,
All right. So is there anything else you all do here in the Hoover Dam?
We got the info we needed. We have cool gadgets. Is there anything else we needed?
take some selfies in the tourist area.
Oh, spells maybe, but I don't know what their spells would look like.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we talked about you getting some ancient sorcery.
Right.
So
I mean, I guess we can talk about it like while we're in the thing making stuff. Like, so do you guys like have grimoires? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. So actually, yeah. So as he, after he's watching you and saying like, "Oh, that's cool," and after he gives you his card, he kind of thinks for a moment, like, "Actually, you know what this does seem similar to? It's not something I paid a lot of attention to a long time ago, but let me make a call." And he steps aside and he makes a call into a cell phone, and the cell phone itself creates a little weird gadget, that props out the top of it, kind of like a strange fluid-filled antenna that, it's basically a way to protect his, call itself. And, he talks to someone else. He doesn't mention a name, just asks about sending one of those weird scrolls, he says, to well, he actually says to send it to Henry's apartment, since Henry's the one doing weird shit, but that's not to say any of you can be the one to use it. So essentially you'll get it later today, and you can all buy up to one ancient sorcery spell of your choice. That'll be the one that's on there. Schrodinger's gun, or yeah. It's the spell that you want once you look at it.
Okay.
And of course, you don't have to buy any ancient sorcery. If you don't want to, it's just there.
Right. It's gonna take a while. They are quite expensive.
Yep. They're 5 freebies, if I recall.
Yes.
Which, I guess for anyone, I don't know if I've mentioned it for anyone listening, we're using a house rule where basically I'm doing freebies instead of experience points to do linear costs, because the combination of nonlinear at creation and then or linear at creation and nonlinear after creation is just a mess, and it encourages people to min-max, and I wanted to fix that, so we're experimenting with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it works pretty well,
I would agree.
especially with the dual XP as well.
Yeah, we also do dual XP, so there's both mundane and supernatural freebies, so that way, they're encouraged to buy up their abilities and get charms instead of everything going to charms. But yeah,
That's great.
don't want to
Yes.
spend too long talking about house rules. So yes, you leave the dam after you're done with all this and get the scrolls sent to Henry's apartment for looking at later. And, well, how do you go about the fact that you know that the spiders are likely to try attacking you again?
Oh, we pick a spot on the map ahead of time and just head there. That'd be kind
Somewhere
out of the way, but
and, yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, he can basically show you the general vicinity that the wards are active, so that way you know where best to pop out. So yeah, well, that being said, how do I duplicate this? Alright, so, I like how it makes that one an enemy, but not the first one I created. Oop. Let me double check the initiative levels for hunter spiders. And then basically, yeah, as soon as you come out of the warding area in your car, they are going to materialize and give you what for. The spiders come out pretty much wherever you come out of the warded area. I assume you set it to be outside of the main streets.
Sure.
Because yes, they pretty much immediately materialize, and combat starts pretty much immediately.
Spiders.
Yeah.
Goddamn spiders.
Hope they even let us get out of the car. Or am I smashing up Henry's car into one of these things?
Oh no.
Oh, good. They get to go first.
Boy.
Unless any of you have a charm to preempt that that's not taken into account.
Not yet, alas.
I don't know what to roll.
It's automatic.
You don't have to roll.
Oh.
I have the combat tracker.
Never mind.
The magic combat tracker.
One. Jeez.
Let me... Hold on, I'm going to get out the
Oh right, I see.
hunter spider picture again, just so everyone can enjoy the sight of that. Well, whoops, I did not mean to maximize that. That is now all the way across the screen for everyone watching. Okay, there
Is
we go.
the red number on our thing our aggravated damage? Should we heal that?
That depends. Did you heal that, Henry and
Oh, yeah.
Dolores? It's
I should definitely be healed up. Whoops.
yeah, it looks like that is ag damage, so I don't know if Dolores has healed since that.
I don't know if that was from. Oh yeah, from. Oh, yeah, wait, no. She got
Wait.
burnt by the sun, and then we gave her medicine, and that at
Right.
least helped.
Yeah.
I think you heal like 1 aggravated per day. Let me double check.
Let's see. I think we have
Healing.
the chart somewhere. Do. Nope. Well, I know we
Actually-
do, but it's not pinned. I should have pinned that. I'm pretty
Alright.
sure if you only have one,
I'm
it's
on the
like
page.
a day, so you should be...
Actually, 1 hour.
Okay, so
Whoa.
yes, you are fine if that's all you had left. Let me get that for you. Alright, and let me start some combat-y music up instead of the command center background. There we go. That is louder than it used to be. That's a little better. Okay, so... Well, the first spider is going to blast at the car itself. Right.
No.
I mean, you're in the car, and unless you all want to bail out, like, as soon as you see them, I'll allow that.
But then
if
the
you'd
car will
like.
just, and the car will just, be driving itself. So
Yeah, it probably wouldn't go well either way.
It's
I mean,
fine.
I could animate it if you'd like.
If
You
you
could-
want to take that initiative, please feel free.
Alright, so,
Yes, it's my turn.
I'm sure this is covered by your insurance.
Yeah, it probably is.
okay, it just... Oh yeah, Blast is massively overpowered, so it basically just gets to roll its rage as damage against the car. And its rage is 10, because it's a hunter spider. Yep, let me grab my generic template. And here we go! Okay, that looks like 4 damage to the car. What is the durability of a car?
It's not really hardness, I think.
Yeah, hardness, whatever it's called in Old World of Darkness.
I think it has. Oh, because like durability is like its health levels, and then the hardness is like how much it's so.
Yeah. Alright, I don't want to make a big thing of this, so I'm just going to say that it deals 1 damage to the car. So yeah, it basically shoots out a blast of electricity from one of those guns, and it thankfully cars are well grounded because of the tires, but you can see that the dashboard is going fucking crazy.
Oh shit.
Which
Yeah.
probably means it's gonna short, which means not gonna. Okay.
Alright, the next one is going to... What is it going to do? Who's in what seat? Mason's still driving, right? Who's shotgun?
I think I'm shotgun.
You're
And
shotgun.
then Dolores.
Alright, it's going to try and drag you out of the car.
Oh, great.
You cannot dodge this because you are in a car and I'm a jerk.
Okay.
It is going to have an increased difficulty because it's a moving car. So, difficulty 8 seems right. Okay, 1 success. So it's going to get hold of you, and that's not going to be fun for anyone. But yes, it is going to pull you out of the car without hurting you, basically. So it, reaches in and smashes the window and plucks you out through the window. It does not get, a full grapple on you. It's more grab you out of the car and then toss you to the ground
Whoosh.
next to it.
God damn it!
Yeah, exactly. Alright.
Time for some impact damage. Bristol, how fast we were driving.
No, I'm not
That's
gonna...
Sign.
I'm not gonna do that to you. I would have if it had rolled more successes, but 1 is just going to be enough to get you out. Mason, what would you like to do?
All right.
If you
Anima
want to
active.
keep control of the car, you are going to have to multi-action this.
Right. I look over at Dolores, so I know can animate vehicles and be like, "You're driving," and then, well, yeah, you can literally backseat drive. I mean, it's not a
Right.
So I say, Dolores, you're driving, and then I guess I leap out of the open. I grab the spear, and drag it across, and leap out of the window at this thing, and I'm flaring and dumping a whole bunch of essence into. Let's see, I can spend 3 essence around at essence 2, so that's enough for our iron skin concentration and the excellency. So I'll do that.
All right. I'm going to call that a stunt and let you get out of the car as part of the attack.
All right. And I'll spend the 3 essence. And then I will roll this attack. And it's with a spear, which are DC 5 weapons.
Okie dokie. Ten successes. All right. Go ahead and roll 9 plus the damage rating of a spear. I hope you looked that up.
It's +1, so it's 3 total.
Yep. And then plus the 9 extra.
12 damage at DC 6 with my Anima Flaring.
Four successes. Alright, it gets to soak that with its willpower.
I assume it's not a creature of darkness.
It is not. Unfortunately, you do not break through its tough metal everything.
I am sorry, though. There is more damage to roll because I have Hungry Tiger technique, so I have 9 more.
Oh, okay. Well, roll 9 more then and see if you can get past that 2
Yep.
that it beat you with.
So I hit it
Alright.
absurdly hard.
So 5 damage to it. Alright, is that aggravated or lethal?
If it's a creature of darkness, then it's aggravated. If not, it is lethal.
Okay, just lethal then. Whoops, I should not have put that on you. I should have put that on the spider. I assume you attacked the one that grabbed Henry, or did you go...
Yeah, he's right outside the window is what I figure, so...
Yep. Okay. So yes, you actually do get it through with a bit of that, anima energy helping to push through that horrendously hard exoskeleton, and you jab through its torso and hit more metal, but it's all kind of breaking and bending, and it's letting out this kind of like speaker crackling screech. It is not happy. Let's see. 011225. So it's still alive. All right. Henry.
Rolling out of the car, cursing, getting up on his feet, drawing his gun. He's gonna point at the one that Mason just started trying to pry open. He's
Are you going to
take
use
a
your
breath.
Are you going to use your trinket?
That depends. I completely forgot about that.
I figured.
Thank you. Are they close enough together for? to hit
Yes.
both
They
Okay.
basically like came out either side of the car.
Okay, thank you so much for reminding me. God, my memory's
Yeah, I
awful.
figured like, wait, why would he not be using that round one?
He just made a minute ago.
So Henry, like me, will forget for a second that he did that. Then look at his pocket, pull out the grenade, press the button, and lob it.
Okay. So yeah, it beeps and like pulses, and it kind of freezes in midair like dramatically for a second before like it's magnetically held in place by itself before it bursts open with, it looks like an electromagnetic pulse would in a movie where it's that whole like whoosh all over the place, when that's not actually how it would work, but it does work this way for a trinket. And both of those hit the spiders, and let's see, how do I want to make this work? Yeah, why don't you roll to hit, and if you hit...
Dex,
Yeah.
Sure. What do I roll?
Dex Athletics.
Oh, fuck.
Wrong
You,
weapons.
It's okay.
Botch,
difficulty-
botch.
God damn you, Peter.
6. You can
Six,
spend
okay.
willpower.
Oh yeah, I will spend a willpower. Ha 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 ha. I'll do the smart thing. All right.
Wow, 3 dice.
Oh.
Okay,
fuck.
so
Okay.
2
Yeah.
successes.
So that's. Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'm going to say. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make them. I'm going to. You know what? Roll me 6 dice of damage.
All right.
It's going to stun
Got it.
them either way, but we're going to see if they
Perfect.
soak the damage itself.
That is the important part.
Okay,
Oh, God.
so it's
yes,
not going to hurt
very
them,
important.
but
Yeah, I was gonna say it's great that they're stunned because they
Well.
did nothing else.
yeah. So yeah, it goes off, and they both kind of stumble backwards, but the force doesn't really. The force and the strange spirit EMP energy doesn't really do much to them, except make them kind of like twitch in place for, you imagine, 1 turn's worth of time.
Henry literally like puts his
so that's
hands.
happened.
Yeah, Henry literally puts his hand on his chin, like looking at okay, so the resonance theory was correct, but I needed to increase the amplitude. Okay.
Mhm.
You learn to throw.
Oh wait, we're fighting. Shit.
Okay, Dolores.
Well, first I'll just, go like, oh shit, with the backseat of the car, trying to grab the wheel, and then, start cutting myself just to animate it.
Hmm.
So I'll take, I think, it's lethal damage. Let me double check that quickly. Blah, blah, blah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Takes 1 lethal damage to animate.
Okie doke.
So, okay, can you do that? Because I'm not sure that I have the ability to change it.
Can I do what? Oh, your
yeah, I
lethal
can do it.
damage. Yes. Sorry.
There we go.
Oh, it's there. Okay.
I thought it was on the counterattack. Okay. So that's Object Awakening Anointment. And I guess I'll use my dual action it to also shoot at it with penalties. To shoot at the damage spider.
Okay, let's see. There's no roll for Object Awakening Anointment, which means the shooting is going to be your... Well, you can make the shooting the first action and just suffer 1 difficulty and -1 dice.
Okay, yeah. Either one. Okay, so that's 6 dice for me and cast with the difficulty.
Difficulty would be 6, I think, for most ranged weapons, so it would be 7 with the multi-action penalty.
Yeah. So that is 2 successes.
2 successes, so 1 plus the damage.
So that's 5 lethal damage.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's 5 dice.
you. Fail.
Unfortunately, yeah. So, you do not hit a weak point in the armor, so you just kind of hit the back and it bounces off. And then bounces off from the other spider and then goes off into the distance.
Okay. Well, that's my turn.
The awakened object, I think, basically we were having it go right after you, right? So...
Yeah, I think so, but I'll just have it, stabilized. I don't think we want to be attacking with the car because, hey, we still have to drive home.
Okay, so you're not weaponizing the car, that's fine. So do you slow it down so you can get out, or are you keeping it moving so you're hard to hurt?
I guess I'll keep it moving in case I just need to bail.
Makes sense. Alright. Well, that would be your turn then. Nobody has extra action, so Hunter Spider sits there twitching, Hunter Spider sits there twitching, Mason.
All right. I stab at it again, trying to pry it open to its spirity heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3 successes.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's see if those actually do damage, though.
Right. So that becomes 13, which doubles to 26, plus the sphere itself, which is 3.
Okay.
So many dice.
Look at all those dice. 9
Look at all those
damage.
dice.
So you definitely do some damage. Let's see if it can soak any of it.
Look at all these ones. Jeez.
Okay, so that is 4 damage, but I believe that is enough to incapacitate it.
Yeah.
Right, because yeah, 0, 1, 1, 2, yeah. Okay.
And let's
So,
have
yeah.
some extra hitboxes.
All right. So do you want to activate Spirit Eating?
Yes, I will. Which I believe is, I can look up, I believe it's a cult.
Probably.
I have it here. Ghost Eating Technique. It is
Yes.
Wits plus Occult.
All right.
So that will be 7. Hooray! He's
Yay!
destroyed and I get +3 essence.
Cool. All right. That spider is delicious.
Yes.
All
As
right.
it, turns into motes of essence and flows into my anima, which burns
Oh,
even
wow.
brighter. And then I look
Yeah.
over the next one.
With a "you're next" kind of look.
Yes.
All right. Henry.
So I was going to start aiming for the other spider, but of course Mason's already just completely annihilated it and turned it into golden dust. So instead he's going to re-aim at the other spider and hope to like distract it at the very least. Bang, bang, bang with his pistol.
Alrighty. Bang, bang, bang with the pistol.
Yeah.
So I believe that's 10. Shit. Yes, 10. Okay. Because I'm using my excellency.
Why did I type 88 there?
4 successes.
Okie dokie.
Wow.
That's a hit.
So that's
3 plus your damage rating for the pistol.
bam. I got bang so quick. Yeah. 3 whole
Alrighty.
successes.
And it's soak. You do hurt it.
Oh shit.
Alright, so yeah, you like fire off a few bullets, and one of them goes into like one of those like glowing eyes of its, and it basically sounds like glass shattering got magnified through a speaker. Like the glass shattering is also how it's complaining about how it got hurt.
Ooh.
Alright, Dolores.
Well, I'll just shoot it without dual actions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
successes.
That's pretty nice. Okay. Roll damage.
2 successes. Wow.
Well, let's see how its soak does. It failed to soak, so you also hit it, like, you basically hit it in the same spot that Henry did, so, it lodges in further. It's clearly not happy at this point. Alright, Car continues its evasive maneuvers.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okey-dokey.
please don't ruin my car. We don't have to. If we don't have to.
Okay, Spider's turn. Alright, it actually gets to go now. I have to decide, does it want to kill the one who stunned it or the one that just ate its friend? Probably wants to go after the one that ate its friend. That seems
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, it seems the most logical course of action. Alright, so, it is going to spend an essence and blast you.
Okay.
Which means you're basically just rolling soak.
I can do that.
Rage away. Alright, soak 7 aggravated damage.
Okay.
So yeah,
Any
this
change to difficulty?
no, none from its side at least.
All right.
Oh wow, so yeah, it shoots like a gout of fire at you, and the fire just kind of washes over you. It does nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that we shot at me and not you. I mentioned to Henry and Dolores.
As you're just getting waves of fire breathed over you, Jesus.
And then all
Right.
your clothes burned away. No, he's hot.
Alright. Well, why don't you have your revenge against that fire attack?
Yes. I think my excellency is still up because it's essence.
Yeah,
plus
because you've
1.
got Essence 3. So...
2 now.
Or Essence 2 plus the 1, I meant.
Yep. So I charge it with a shout, and let's see how I do.
Alright. 12 plus damage.
Yep. So that will be 27.
Okay, 13 successes. I'm pretty sure that's gonna kill it no matter what, but
It's
I'm
already.
gonna roll its soak anyway. Yeah, that's not gonna do it for it. Okay,
No.
so do you have to activate Ghost Eating again, or does it just?
Yes, I'll
Okay.
just do it again.
I mean, no point not to.
Right, charge up that S.
Right. Okay, you have eaten that ghost. That spidery metallic spirit ghost. So
Yes.
yeah, you jam your spear right into the eye hole that the others made for you, and it goes all the way in. And then the thing just kind of explodes around you into raw essence, which you then just kind of suck in.
Well,
Oh,
All right.
that could have gone much worse.
thanks again, Mason.
It could be. You guys helped.
We helped. Dolores, we helped.
Sorry about your car. I should maybe learn to. I think there's a thing I can do for that next time. Maybe might take some practice.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, you've got all that IT money. You can afford a new car, right?
I mean, he can probably fix it himself.
True.
True.
Yeah, you could make it into a gadget.
You could.
Oh shit! Oh, don't give me ideas. or do.
You take a car and a lawnmower, and you have a lawnmower car.
Oh,
It's
God.
gonna start flying now. It's right at
A
it. Right.
flying car.
Of
No,
course.
that
See,
would be
add some
something.
like silver blades to it, and then you have I think that's the how they put the Werefucker 3000.
That is also a thing I could learn to do. Actually, it would stack. I could get glaive of steel and gasoline and stack it with morning edge of sunlight and just run over a whole pack of evil werewolves.
Be
Right.
proud.
Wow, that is really loud for something at the lowest volume. Anywho, so are you all just going to wait here and see what happens?
Yeah, I'll turn my anima off, but he's just sort of sitting here leaning on this spear, probably
mean,
sitting
yeah.
on the bumper. We passed out the lunch we packed. So we got like peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
That's awesome.
Thanks, you.
All right, why don't all of you roll me the higher of alertness or awareness?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
The higher of alertness or awareness plus perception.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry. Oh, I have neither.
What's the difficulty?
6.
6. So,
Oh,
I
baby,
guess
that's
I'll-
gonna go great.
spend it. Essence of
Wow.
that.
Can't believe I rolled even a single success. That's a fucking miracle. Oh wait, the difficulty's 8?
No, 6.
6. Sorry. Oh, I still saw something. That's good. Okay. Well,
Yep.
or whatever.
So that would be 3 for me, because acute paranoia principle, 15 dice,
Oh, jeez.
14
Wow.
successes.
Okay, so before it should even be visible, like off in the sky above the clouds where you shouldn't be able to see, you see a little metallic like drone. It's like a complete sphere. Actually kind of looks like a little mini Death Star, but you see that all the way up there. Do you want to react in any way before it becomes in view of the others?
Mason, we have some sort of drone floating in the sky.
Well, that's not unexpected.
What?
It looks like a Death Star. I hope it doesn't shoot at us.
No,
Well, hope it
like I
shoots-
said, mini Death Star, as in like it's about a beach ball in size.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yes, it's just a small nuclear bomb.
Look, I'm sure it's not a nuclear bomb. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
Okay, so yeah, the other two of you do see it as it starts to get a little lower. It's clearly not trying to get in your viewpoint, but there's only so much it can do as a flying thing in the air when there's not much cover. And you notice coming closer that it doesn't look like it's got a big laser on it. It looks like it's got like an eye camera thingy that's zooming in to look at you all. And then it flies away if you don't do
Oh.
anything.
Mason, catch it.
I was gonna say I'm gonna take pot shots at it.
Yeah, why don't you just use your thing to do it? Take it over.
Oh, right.
It does
yeah,
not
get
come
within
close
30
enough.
feet?
No.
Damn it! No.
Mason,
That's
throw
fair.
Henry over.
Want me to just knock it out of the sky for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to. Please, you're probably better at it.
All right. Well, I'm probably got the spear next to me. I just drop an excellency into it and hurl it at the thing.
Definitely throw.
All right. Are you purposely trying to avoid like utterly destroying it?
Yes, because I would otherwise.
All right, then add 1 to your difficulty.
Okay, so I'll throw it at difficulty.
Uh,
I think it'll be. Looks like throwing a spear is 7, right? So it'll be
Okay,
8,
so you're throwing it at 8.
if I'm reading this correctly, that's fine. 8 is probably. It's also far away and whatever.
Yep. Okay, 5 successes. All right, so you throw your spear right through whatever like levitation type discs are at the bottom of it, and it kind of sputters and starts to fall to the ground. Anyone want to try and catch it?
I'll catch it.
All
My
right,
excellency, athletics is still going.
You're-
I'm
yep,
pretty
it
fast
is.
right now.
go for it.
So yeah, I just run forward and snatch it out of the air like it was football. I'll just roll
Woo.
athletics, I guess, to just do that. Probably not. Was it DC 8 still, or is it easier?
No, this is just a standard catch something falling, so 6.
He's winning all the Olympics.
Yeah.
I literally could. I've considered doing that.
So yeah, you
It
like
wouldn't really be fair, but I thought about it.
you like leap into the air and grab the edge of the spear rather than needing to like football catch the thing itself. You just kind of grab the edge of the spear, like elegantly do a little spin if you want, and land on your feet, holding it like it's a staff.
Right, and I just want to walk over to Henry and present him one drone, slightly hooked.
Okie
Man,
dokie.
Mason showing off.
All
Say-
right.
say, take the drone.
Let me scroll up to those mechanics again. I think we're gonna need to get into power contest rolls here.
Oh, baby.
Alright, so first of all, roll intelligence plus technology at difficulty... Let me open my book again. Well, not open, go to the right area. Difficulty 7. No, wait.
That-
8, sorry. Was looking at the wrong
8.
set block. Yep.
All right. I will use my excellency to throw an ungodly amount of dice. Ooh, 6 successes.
I gotta scroll back down now. Whee! 6 successes. Alright. I believe since that is basically a technocracy focus, we're gonna have to look at that power compare chart. Do we have that in our pins either? No, of course not. Let me find that really quick. Well, what essence are you? I'm pretty sure it's just double for Arete,
I am Essence 2.
which would mean Arete 4, which means you are high enough to take control of it. You don't know what you're controlling, though. But yes, you have control of something that feels really weird. You basically need to guess what it can do if you want to make it do something. It obviously
gonna
cannot
say-
fly right now.
Yeah, so like I'll poke around, so to speak, with different commands. I'll kind of I'll point it away from us, like out to I don't know, like over the just away, and try to just start poking at different features or commands that are embedded in it and see what it does.
All right. I'm gonna roll 1 die.
Okay. Hope to God it's not a self-destruct.
1 would have been self-destruct.
Ah, shit.
But you got 7, so yeah, you activate. It does apparently have a weapon, but it's not that little eye thing. It's actually a bunch of little lasers that come out around the eye thing and fire off like a spread of them, basically off into the distance because you specifically aimed it away from you all, and I assume away from
Jesus.
anything fragile.
Yes. Like into a rock face or like a body of water or whatever.
Oh, if you aim it at a rock, the rock just dissolves.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He told you it's gonna be
You
that
should just
way.
keep this. This is pretty cool.
I was gonna say I'm gonna take this apart and make something cool out of it, probably.
Yeah. So, do any of you have any sort of charms that stop sympathetic magic from affecting you?
I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Cool.
Question. Probably
Oh
not.
no!
All right, then let me roll some dice. All right. So you can feel that the well, you hear self-destruct activated. You have one action to do whatever.
Oh.
Self-destruct
Okay, no
deactivated?
problem. I
Yeah.
will just short it out. In that case,
Okay.
using that same power.
The self-destruct is armed, so you just activated, or you just basically. So why don't you also? Let's just roll some dice and see what happens.
Oh,
That
does
looks-
it explode anyway?
You shorted something with an armed self-destruct.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
All
enough.
right, so
We
why
didn't
don't
think
you
that one
also
through.
4, 5, 6, 5 damage?
Oh, fuck.
Lethal, but
Sorry,
yeah.
guys.
Are my powers up from last
Sorry.
time, or have they just gone away?
Have your what?
Has my iron skin deactivated? Is it new
How
scene?
long does it last?
It's a scene long.
Scene long's fine. You're still kind of in the same scene.
Okay.
Oh, how many lethal?
It's 5,
Wonderful.
so it looks like 3, 3, and 1.
Ow.
Ow.
All right, let me. Okay, Dolores already did it. 3, 3, and 1. There you go. So yeah, it explodes and it's not like a normal explosive. It's like futuristic glowy explosion, and then it's basically disintegrated.
Oh, great. So, like, my clothes are all fucked up.
Yep.
I look over at the others like, guys, I'm so sorry.
I guess next time turn it off first.
I was trying to.
All right. I don't think this music is right anymore.
For the pain, for the battery.
Fuck, let's just get in the car and get the fuck out of here. God damn it.
Are you not going to?
Gonna wait. We're here to wait.
Oh, we're here to wait for what? I thought this was it.
Well, I mean that was gonna be it, but then we fucked with the drone.
Ah, shit.
I mean,
Okay,
you
well,
imagine they're not just going to send the drone that, got co-opted and then self-destructed before it
Alright.
had even
They
finished that.
don't want to send anything.
I'll sit back down.
I guess I can close this.
Probably want to start healing yourself.
I was gonna say I'll sit back down. I'll pull out a joint and light it up, and then just start regenerating.
Okie doke.
So I'll roll that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll to regen. This doesn't seem to have any good waiting in the city sounds. What is
Any
this sound?
desert sounds before in the middle of nowhere?
That's a train. You're not entirely in the middle of nowhere, but what about this? What does this sound like?
Oh wait, that wasn't the right.
Oh, that's the one I
missed
always
that.
use.
It's stamina. No, it's stamina plus a gold.
Whatever, it can just be quiet a bit. Okay. So it looks like you failed to...
I'm gonna try that again.
Yeah, go for it.
There we go. Okay, I'm good now.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, because it's 1 per lethal, right?
Yeah.
So you're good. Okay. So you all continue to wait, and then how does this not have? You all continue to wait, and then you hear a bunch of vans pulling in, and it kind of seems like they came out of nowhere because it's a pretty empty area, and you would have seen them coming, but they're just kind of there, all pulling in around you. Like, you blinked, and they're all of a sudden pulling in. And they look like the same type of van that was not the Pentex ones back when you had your werewolf bar fight.
Oh no, Men in Black.
Kinda. Right. Sorry, let me just grab a couple things. Okay. So yeah, they all pull up, and then a bunch of people come out. They look more like they're dressed like SWAT people than Men in Black, except for her. And that is indeed what the woman that you met at the, not met, but saw messing around at the bar looked like.
I guess I'll have to update my, list of people I hate with a proper name this time.
Yep. So yeah, she comes out like as everyone else like kind of creates a typical circle around you, guns aimed in your direction. Not all of the guns look mundane, and even the mundane looking ones look slightly better. You know how they tend to make handguns look in movies that take place like 15 years in the future, that kind of thing. And she is dressed, pretty casually, really, except for a couple of strange looking tech devices. She has like a choker kind of thing around her neck that's clearly electronic, and she has the wrist computer sort of deal. And she walks over to all of you and clears her throat and says, "We've dealt with you all before, haven't we?"
I take a puff, I let the smoke breathe out, and then I say, "You Mitchell?"
She takes a deep breath, like she has to consider if she'll even answer that, but then nods. "Yes, I am Denise Mitchell."
I look over at Mason, try to get vibes from him.
Okay. I give her my biggest tearful smile and be like, I believe we haven't been properly introduced, but we do know of you and your father.
She kind of, furrows her brow and is like, "What do you mean you know of my father?"
Well, your father, Mr. Mitchell, has some sort of interest in Magadon Pharmaceuticals.
She kind of like waves off with one hand, like, "My father has interest in all sorts of things."
Yes, but I'm worried that this might be a little unhealthy. I'm not sure Magadon is really a place you want to have interests in.
She takes a step closer to you, kind of lowers her voice and says, "And what do you mean by that?"
I mean, what I said, that it is an interesting place full of strange, new, let's go with exciting technology, but exciting in all the wrong ways.
She, kind of runs her tongue along her teeth, in that every kind of word that she chooses to share with you has to be calculated and figured out and risk assessed before she'll even speak up. Like, "I can't say I entirely disagree with you, but that's not my choice to make. What I'm here for is to figure out why you're causing trouble again. We, as you probably already noticed, got a message that there was a reality deviancy event in this area. And lo and behold," and she kind of just motions at all of you.
Giant spider monsters? I mean, robot spider monsters?
Did you send them?
Me? No, that goes entirely against what my job is.
Oh, well, we needed to not die, so we dealt with it.
I see.
The drone then, the beach ball Star Wars drone, that was you? Or was that also...
She sighs, like, "That was me, yes. Well,
okay.
my department."
Cool stuff. Accidentally blew it up.
I noticed.
Sorry about that.
Right.
Anyway, Yes. Magadon Pharmaceutical is, I don't know, something weird and spooky is going on in there. We're looking into it, and I don't think your father would approve. And that disapproval says that maybe he's in just a smidgen too deep there. And this is probably where I would activate like listener swaying argument.
Well,
We
why
can
don't
lower
you
the
go
default.
ahead and activate listener swaying argument?
Yes. It requires me spending a willpower and lowers difficulty of my social rolls by 2.
I should really open up your sheet too.
Yes, I'm not amazing at social stuff, but I do have some.
Yep. Well, go ahead and roll whatever you would like to accompany what you're saying.
Probably etiquette? I'm trying to be polite.
Yeah, go for it.
Sadly, don't have an excellency here, but at least the DC will be presumably 4.
Yes. All right. Did you say you spent willpower?
I sent willpower to turn on the power.
Okay. But
I can
you
spend
didn't-
more willpower on this, sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Did you spend it on the roll itself? Or...
Yeah, I'll spend it on the roll itself.
Okay. I'll allow that since I was confused. So that means you got 3 successes. And she says, listen, why don't you come back with us so I can make my report and we can talk about this?
We could have a nice, lengthy conversation. Sure, let's go have a chat.
All right. She kind of motions with one hand, and the many people that have weapons pointed at you slowly lower them. And she then motions for you to follow her and get in the back of the... She came in, you know, like the SUV rather than a van. And so
Sure.
she motions for you to get in the back of that.
I make one of the faceless goons hold my spear. Like, you just hang on to this.
He kind of just like looks at it like, what the fuck? But he does hang on to it because
It is probably dented and dainted. You know, I did shove it into a giant robot a few dozen times.
you did, yes.
You don't want to litter, you know.
Yeah, of course not. That would be unethical. All right. So yeah, you get in the back of the Technocracy brand SUV, and they take you down the road, and it's not the road that you thought you were going down. Neither is this one. It looked like you were... No, you're turning a different direction now. Wait, when did you start? How long have you been in here? Oh, look at that big building up ahead. You've never seen this in Vegas before. That's a pretty one-to-one description of your trip.
Interesting.
Yep. And yeah, it looks like, it looks like your very skyscraper-y office building where there should be like, 10 different companies working out of it, but you get the feeling this all serves one purpose given how you got here. And so yeah, she starts to, they pull into the internal garage, of course, and well, she gets out and waits for you all to follow her.
Sure.
Follow
So I can
along.
turn
They're
this
not
on
gonna
again.
confiscate my gun, are they?
No, they don't try to confiscate anything from you. They just kind of expect you to follow her.
Okay.
You do have like half the people on either side and half of them behind you in that, they're clearly encircling you kind of way, but they don't do much else to you. So she leads you to what's more or less a freight elevator, except a lot nicer looking, so everyone can get on it at once.
Right.
It's the kind of thing you imagine the vehicles could go on if they needed to. And yeah, she takes you up. You don't know how far up you're really going because there's no window in the elevator, but you eventually get off at a high up floor. And she starts to bring you to a meeting room. It looks like this floor is all very generic looking, creepy looking meeting rooms because the doors are a lot sturdier and more lockable than a typical conference type area would be. You continue to follow her?
Yeah.
Okay, didn't want to, teleport you all to the next scene if you wanted to, like, do something. Okay, so yeah, she brings you into the room, and about a third of the people come in with her, and the others take positions all across that floor. And she heads in. There's a nice table with, a little meeting table with some snacks already set up, some water. She sits at the head of it and motions for you all to take a seat.
Sure. I will avail myself of snacks.
Same.
Okay, good. You wouldn't want to
This
be
looks
rude.
way nicer than our office.
Yeah, it really does. And it looks nicer, but even more bland.
Probably fewer
this-
possessed individuals.
This
Maybe like
must,
too modern.
Right.
This must be what they have text that look like.
Oh no!
All right.
It's Silicon Valley money.
Right. So yeah, she sits down and she pushes a button, and your typical little hologram monitor shoots up from the table, and then like one of those glowy keyboards that projects right onto it, and she starts typing like, "All right, let's keep this simple to start with. Why don't you all give me your names and, well, if you'd be so kind as to explain exactly what sort of reality deviant you would consider yourselves."
Well, okay. First question, I guess. You don't already know our names?
We have names. Why don't you give us your names and your words, because we have no guarantees for the sake of this report.
What's a reality deviant? Let's start with that.
That's a good question. Yeah, we've heard that term once before.
She kind of sighs and drums her fingers like, I thought. Anyway, reality deviant means that you do not follow the technocratic view of science and enlightened science in the world. You work off of different principles than that.
Well, I'm sorry, but we are not anti-vaxxers. We make vaccines.
That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, in the same way that some sort of reanimated undead creature would be a reality deviant, or, say, a pair of shape-shifting individuals, a pair of shape-shifting lupines in the alleyway that I originally saw you in.
Well, the first one's just like CPR, but... Yeah, hi, I'm Dolores Starr. I'm I'm a mail clerk in Magadon.
Oh, lead mail clerk.
Oh yeah, the recently promotional lead mail clerk now.
Mm-hmm. She sighs.
The critical differentiator.
And I don't know what kind of reality deviant you have in mind, and I don't know much about reality deviants in general, so that's all I have to say for myself.
She just kind of, makes a sound for a moment and looks to the other two of you to see if you'll be more cooperative.
All right. I'm Henry Temple. I also work at the same office as my friend Dolores there. I have superpowers. It's kind of difficult for me to explain exactly how those superpowers work, other than alien, sometimes kind of hostile feeling, and I keep getting new ones all the time.
She glances to Mason.
I'm Mason Field, and I am not sure I'm a reality deviant. I think science is fine. I think I'm just the best thing a human could possibly be.
Well, you do glow gold, dude.
Well, I just think that's the best way a human could be. I don't think that's necessarily an inhuman thing. It's just
yes.
science hasn't quite gotten there.
The human peak of glowing gold.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like all this magic shenanigans actually is explainable. But yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
It's all,
give like a thumbs
perfectly,
up.
It's all perfectly natural. You just need to expand your worldview a smidgen.
Yeah, he's basically like a budding Superman.
No.
I don't think he's got eye lasers yet.
I mean, I've seen you get burned by that spider, as in you didn't at all.
Right, but I mean, like, those dimensions exist. Those dimensions are real. Science just hasn't taken into account yet. Well, at least not the science that I read in high school. You know what I mean? Those things are real, so they're reality.
All right, let's do it this way. Would all of you hold still for just a moment? And if you don't do anything, she basically pushes a button and you see your typical sci-fi scanning ray go over all of you.
Sure, I'm kind of curious what it said.
All right. So yeah, no, we're not doing split successes. That's enough for all of you. All right, so yeah, she looks at the screen, and the readout of her screen, if you're looking at it from behind, is a lot nicer looking than the Aetherite's was, but it's no more... It's still not something you can make anything out of. It's, again, a lot of digital information, a lot of, like if you were looking at a hex editor kind of thing. And she punches a few buttons, and that gets put into a new chart, which then compares itself to several others. Like, you see a bunch of them appearing on the screen all at once, and a bunch of, like, X's on a lot of them, and then one of them there's, like, a question mark, and she kind of purses her lips and, like, yeah, that's about all she's gonna get out of it. Like, alright, well, according to this, you're not entirely wrong. As best I can tell, you're not lying.
Yeah, we're
All right,
in the employee manual. Well, we don't know. That's the only manual we were given.
Of course. You know, she pushes another button and it goes back to the, the form she's filling out about all of this. All right. So, you said that giant spiders attacked you. Can you give more information about those?
Basically, they are, I don't want to call them...
I don't know. From another dimension.
They're interdimensional entities that kill things for some reason or other. I don't know why.
They were machine-like. Okay, this is kind of hard to explain. I can talk to machines sometimes, and I couldn't quite do that with them. Yet I could. So it was, yeah. They're machine, alternate dimension entities that attacked us for really no reason. When I tried to ask them about, like, their reasons, they kind of just gave me nothing.
I should have taken a selfie with them before we killed them. I guess next time.
Mason just took him out so fast.
Right. I mean, Henry can basically make a picture of them on his phone based on his own memory.
Yeah, I can draw you a picture if you'd like.
But
yeah.
Roll drafts for painting.
I'll like doodle one with the napkins for the coffee.
All right. She frowns, whatever the case. Like, oh, I really don't want to have to call in one of the void engineers. And she basically puts like a forward this to wherever kind of note in the report. And then she takes some time filling out the rest of them. Like, all right, I will level with you. I do think my father is getting in a bit too deep with somewhere that I don't really know about. He's definitely got connections all over the place, and we definitely know there are less than reputable corporations working out of Vegas.
Yes, and they do things that would be you could subjectively refer to as quote-unquote evil.
Right. She pushes another button, and you can roll awareness if you would like.
Sure.
Oof, that did not go well, but if she spent a willpower, it'd be enough. Alright. Okay, she basically put up a ward, something to make it so others couldn't easily look in here with magic.
Right.
Like, and I just lost my train of thought
Oh,
in doing that. No, that's my bad. Right. And she says, look, I have been hearing things about what they call the Special Projects Division, and, well, they are the ones that took control, more or less, when I came to check out your little bar fight. From what I managed to discern from there and doing a little digging I probably shouldn't have otherwise, it has some sort of connection to Pentex, and we should not have a connection to them. In theory, just about everyone there is a reality deviant higher up, and they are not the type of reality deviant we would normally be able to avoid or ignore.
That seems accurate with the results of our preliminary investigation.
Right. So, that being said, you all are, from what you're explaining to me, you work at a branch of Pentex, but you are investigating them from within.
Yeah.
We're aware of the issues, shall we say, and we're working out how to deal with them.
Mm-hmm. Right. Sorry, typing something. Alright, so, we have a classification of sorts that basically comes down to these deviants aren't worth the time or trouble, and they're actually more helpful than harmful. My suggestion to all of you, my offer I wish to make to you all, is that I will put you under that classification, and I will even give you the basic information you might need to talk to my father, in exchange for you not speaking of my involvement in any of this, and well, keeping in touch with me about what you are doing with Pentex.
That's reasonable.
Yes, we could do that.
She
Dolores?
she looks to Dolores.
Yeah, sounds good. We could be snitches.
I wouldn't quite put it that way, but yes. All right. She does have. Sorry. One more button. This one kind of puts, like, basically a recapture of the audio you just said on the screen in waveform. And she looks it over, and are any of you lying? Like, are you all good with that and plan to stick to that?
Sure. that's fine.
Henry's definitely trepidatious, but he's not lying.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, no lies.
Right. And again, you all can feel free to roll awareness to know she's doing something if you'd like, but I
mean, when
pretty
she puts,
much
like,
just told you.
waveforms on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's studying basically what you just said. Like, and she nods and says, all right, it looks like... And yeah, so Dolores, you sense she did indeed just scan your words in some way. And she enters that into a completely different looking file, which then deletes, and there's a ping on her wrist computer. Alright, alright, well, with that being the case, why don't I forward you a couple of things, and, she types a few things on the keyboard, and we send you on your way. And if that means you need to go talk to my father, that is, of course, something you figured out yourself with your own deviant ways.
Right. We drew the bones and cast a divination. It was very exciting.
Yes, exactly. With that, I really have nothing else for you at the moment. That's as much of a report as I really need. I'll probably fill it out a bit more later, but well, you can all be on your way. And the door that you didn't realize was locked now clicks open.
Of course.
I mean, you might have realized it was locked if you really paid attention, but it's not important since you didn't try to escape.
Right.
Don't worry, we have means of getting out.
Exactly. Okay.
And out we go. I guess I'll collect my spear on the way.
Yep. Yeah, you head out, you get your spear, and basically various guards lead you to the elevator, and then someone leads you out and asks if you need a ride anywhere. They're allowed to give you one.
I'll say yes. I'll look over it.
You
Yeah,
probably
do you
do
wanna
need
get
a
your
ride
car?
because you have no idea where you are right now, and you
Yeah.
can't-
Yeah.
like if you look at the like skyline, it's like if someone drew Vegas without really knowing Vegas. It's like where you can't possibly tell where you are.
I don't think we want to walk from where we are. So yes, we'll take a ride, I guess, back to the office. I suppose if nothing else. Maybe Henry wants to go get his car.
All right. So,
I'm gonna get a new fucking car. It's fine.
okay, so probably a couple hours have gone by since you all started all of this. Let's X that image out. Hey, where did the Vegas map go? Not that it matters, but I like having it in the background so people can see for sure that we are in Vegas. All right, so yeah, you all are able to head to, the Magadon office to do your late day of work.
Yeah, so I have to stay late, make up the hours or whatever. But
Yep. But, you're all basically salaried at this point. I guess Dolores
Yeah.
is probably still technically hourly, but whatever. She can clock in and out when she wants. There's no one there to really say much to her. No one that cares, anyway.
perfect. We all might get fired for dereliction of duty, and they're like, look at the door, like whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as long as the mail gets mailed, it's all good.
You can't fire me.
But now she's gonna be really upset because the people who got there early misfiled things.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Oh, yeah, it's all to shit. They did it... They did it, like, to the letter of the books, but not the spirit that you figured out is truly how things are meant to be done.
Well, this is a nice, relaxing thing in comparison to fighting spiders, so I'll take enjoyment in reclassifying everything.
It's true, yeah. All right. So, do you all just do a basic day of work before figuring out how to deal with other Mitchell?
That seems like it would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Explode the office every day.
All right. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that would really be coming into play quite yet at the office. So, you all have your typical things, some basic security drills that Mason has to deal with. Because he came in late, he has to run them when normally the Fomori leader of the first team would, but other than
Right.
that, no big deal. So, you can get through the day just fine. But, of course, you have to stay late, so it's about 7 p.m. when you're done.
Yeah, so we check the mail or whatever that this other Mitchell sent us.
Oh, right, the emails and stuff. Yeah, it's basically a phone number and the schedule that Mitchell has, so if you called in and asked for a specific time, that they'd have to give it to you because they probably wouldn't be very accommodating if you didn't know exactly what you were doing.
Okay. So I guess after work we'll sort of meet up and pick a time to call him. Or his assistant or whatever he's got. Robot.
Okie dokie. Yeah, they have someone working there pretty late into the evening, so you could call them to set up an appointment today, but the appointment wouldn't be today.
Yep. Okay. Then shall we set up an appointment?
Sure.
All right. We'll make the call.
Alrighty. Whoever makes the call, roll me... is bureaucracy on these sheets? I can't remember what Exalted versus World of Darkness uses.
Politics, law,
Wait,
etiquette.
I think we're probably.
Politics or etiquette, whoever has the best of that. You basically need to navigate the assistants not really wanting to assist when it comes to Mitchell.
I have 4 dice. What have you got?
I also have 4 dice.
I have 6 dice with politics and manipulation. That's
That'll
what we're
work.
doing. Okay.
Dolores
no
knows
one-
how to deal with these types.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Just says, you're just a secretary. I'm a lead of a mailroom. You listen to
Yeah.
me.
And let this be known, this is the first time ever that politics was actually rolled in a World of Darkness game.
Wow.
So,
Historic event.
I might be exaggerating slightly, but how often does it actually get rolled? But yes, with 2 successes, you are indeed able to get through and deal with the double time. Like, no, I know that if you look at this part of his schedule, he's actually got an open spot here, and, he's allowed to because, you know your stuff and you know how to apply it. And she eventually gives you something for basically lunchtime tomorrow. He does office lunches. He eats at his desk. He's that type.
Great. And we put it on our calendars too. Out of office meeting lunch.
Yep. All right.
it's,
Sorry, just take a couple of notes. Anywho, all right. So, yeah. Next day, is there anything you want to do in the morning, or shall we just skip to your meeting?
Just turn up at work on time for a change.
Yeah, right. Who would have thought?
Make us some really great gourmet coffee.
Do you get it enough for the whole office or just you?
No, just 1 pot for the 3 of us.
Okay.
5 hours. There we go. It is Friday.
of the
TGIF.
department. Just yeah.
Do you rebuild the fancy coffee machines with a trinket and always produces perfect coffee, but only for you?
Something like that.
Well, trinket would only work for 1 pot's worth.
No, that's what I mean. I'm making a trinket that's a pot of fancy coffee. That's it.
Oh, okay.
We have some nice coffee.
Cool. I'm gonna make you roll it in case you botch.
Damn. All right.
Is
Just 'cause
that would be
cast-
fun.
Cast skill?
Yeah. Would this be crafts or science, maybe?
This would probably be crafts because
Okay. All right. No excellency. I'm going crazy here.
Why not?
Ooh. No botch. Okay, yes, you all have a perfect pot of coffee for the day.
Well, at least we know what we're gonna do for our business if this whole Magadon thing doesn't work
This
out.
doesn't all go
Oh no,
through.
that's the only perfect pot of coffee I can ever make. I can't make another. It sucks.
Terrible.
I know.
Wow.
You better
Your power-
enjoy it. Savor
Power
it.
is the apocalypse. Holy crap.
Oh man, it reminds me of that SCP, the drink dispenser, and someone killed themselves after asking for the perfect drink because they could never re-experience that.
Oh god.
Yeah. Quickly,
Don't
you make
explode,
a
guys.
replicator.
No, I'm not gonna make you go that route. It just reminded me of that. All right. Let's see. Man, there's really no good office sounds in this soundboard. All right. Well, let's remove this from there and just leave it the basic underground one. Okay, so yeah, you are able to have your perfect pot of coffee and go about your morning, and then you mentioned, you're taking a slightly long lunch possibly, and yeah, so you need to head to crap, what did I say it was again? The Stratosphere Tower. That's still a thing, right?
I looked it up. I think so.
We can say it was anyway. Even if it wasn't, that's fine. It's fine.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
keep
Strat
searching.
Hotel, Casino, and Skypod. I guess that's what it is. Well, I'm looking on the map just so I can point out where it actually is on our map. Okay, so over
Because
here.
Mason heals himself by now, and I still have a few days to go.
Right. Okay, so it's down here below the strip. Whoops, I said here without.
Must we see?
It's
that
around.
somewhere?
Oh, it's right here on the actual map. So there you go.
How do we access the map?
Huh?
How do we access the map?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
it's kind of gone for us.
I mean, it's not actually gone. Sorry for that
Oh.
flicker there. You can go into images at any time and find the Vegas map at the bottom
Where are the
Oh.
images?
on the right-hand side. There's under campaign, there's images.
Oh.
Why can I not?
Here.
I can't link it to you when I have it. I can
Oh,
also
I
just.
see.
There we go. You can also click that there that I just put in the chat. It's because
Cool.
when I have this as a background, I can't actually do that. But I just.
Oh, I just exited out of the whole program. Whoopsie.
All good. All
Sorry.
good. No, it's fine. I mean, I'm not planning on combat in the next 2 minutes, so come back in and we're good. All right, but
Alright.
yes, as boop, it's not actually 5 feet away, but here we go. Nice long arrow to show you where it is. Anywho, it's gone now. Anywho, you all head down there, which means it's a pretty long drive because you got to take one highway to the other one, and then you're in downtown traffic in the middle of the day. It's not a good thing. So
Right.
you
and
know,
hope your car is fixed.
We'll take an Uber. It's fine.
All right.
yeah, it's all good. I mean, I'm not going to nickel and dime you on that. The Uber person is kind of rude. They're clearly unhappy about the traffic, you know, but up to you if you want to give them 4 stars for that or understand their plight and give them the normal 5.
Litany of grudges.
He's like, I'm the king of hell. It's 3 stars.
Do it, I dare you. Litany your Uber driver.
And turns out it's that guy from Bloodlines, the taxi driver.
Oh god, that would so suck for you.
Had cocaine.
I'm pretty sure even for Exalts, you're looking at a you lose sheet because you know the rules in the book only cover up to like 3rd gen. Cain is like god even to them.
We're at least at a you're not ready yet level.
Right. Yeah, maybe if you were like high XP Exalts, you'd at least be able to get to roll.
Right. Hey, but I don't have to outrun, Kane. I just need to outrun Dolores.
Exactly.
Wow.
No, that's cool.
Okay. PvP mode engaged. So anyway,
Right.
Stratosphere Tower.
Yes. So, Stratosphere Tower, from what I understand, is very nice. And it's not the kind of place that you would expect a bunch of techno mage offices to be at, but there are, of course, offices in a hotel for the sake of management and everyone else. You have to take an elevator all the way up to the top, and in the process, why don't you all give me some awareness rolls? Perception,
got it.
obviously.
So good at that. It's gonna go great.
Actually, I think there is a... This is a casino hotel, so why don't I give you the casino background?
Oh, thank God for Dolores. Thank you. You're the only one paying attention.
The
All right.
paranoid woman.
Yeah. So Dolores and only Dolores, you know that everything is prepared for you all. There are, the little mundane looking cameras. They've got powerful magic behind them. There are people carrying what look like handguns that are magic, and there are basically like blobs in the walls that probably have even, even stronger sources of some kind of supernatural thing. So yeah, they are ready for you. Or they're
Guys,
ready for
mess this
anyone.
up, live in polybags.
I mean, you never know. You never know with the Exalts.
Yeah, they might evaporate us. There might be nothing to put in the body bag.
I mean, they might capture you and strip you for parts.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, my bots are indestructible once I die.
That's true. Get one of their consorts to... That would be great.
Here, loser, touch these bones.
Right. Well, we'll save that for the epilogue. So yeah, the elevator itself is extremely... Everything in it is techno-magicked up. But that does include an ability to get up to the top very quickly when they want you to be. So, you're not sitting there for 10 minutes like you normally would with one of these huge buildings. It's basically like a minute goes by and they don't even finish the first elevator music song before the doors are opening into a fairly extravagant office, the kind that you would normally expect to see on a TV show where you're going up to see the CEO, you know, arrays of windows in the background, lights everywhere, guards off to the side. It kind of opens up into a big office, trees, you know, and planters, room, doors that lead elsewhere. Spooky hand wave.
Express images with executive overrides. Perfect.
Right. And there at the seat, you see this guy.
Mitchell.
Oh no, he's not.
God damn it! Why are they all hot? No.
They've got to be hot to last this long in this business. Yeah.
Wasn't
Mitchell also seems to be someone who is, you know, late middle ages, but has aged very gracefully. Minus the slightly
Guys,
squinty eyes, but
we are playing sexy battle wizards. So anyway,
you know, he leans forward and kind of does the typical smiling CEO, like, welcome, I was informed of a unexpected meeting today at lunch, and I'm guessing that must be you all.
That would be us.
yes.
And I'll match him smile for smile.
Good.
I'll give him finger guns.
Genuine smiles all around.
Yes,
There you
totally
go.
genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Good to get on the city, Real.
None of us have shark teeth. It's very useful.
Right. So what can I do for you individuals?
Well, I guess what we really just needed to talk about is
Well, I heard
lost
you.
my train of thought.
I heard you were interested in our office building, the Magadon, whatever we'd call it.
Yeah, Magadon.
Yeah.
I think there is a complete thing, but actually now I'm curious.
Yeah, the local Magadon.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just Magadon. Like, Magadon, they're doing great work there. Of course I keep an eye on it. Who wouldn't? It's top of the line stuff.
But we were just, kind of wondering or considering if you could focus your attention elsewhere.
He, takes a deep breath in through his nose and kind of, motions with one finger to someone off to the side. And basically a couple of the guards leave the room but go into a different one, and a couple of others turn their attention slightly in subtle ways, and like, and why would you need me to do that?
We're working on our own investigation and don't want to accidentally step on any toes. We're not sure that everything that goes on there is, shall we say, perfectly compliant with regulations.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean. They have people that look into these types of things. I know quite a few of those people myself. I would know if something was going wrong there.
Oh, like reality deviancy or something?
You see him kind of that he kind of does that smile where you're gritting your teeth. Right. Reality. Who have you been talking to that you learned that sort of term from?
We have friends. And
Friends.
I don't know what else to tell you here. Look, my point is you know that's not the case. It's not like the amazing things may be happening, but not for the right reasons. If you catch what I'm saying. So we're just saying we're taking care of that. We're dealing with it, and we just want to give each other space. There was I don't want incidents to occur. I'm sure you don't either.
Well, of course, no one would want any incidents to occur, but that's exactly the sort of thing that could happen if you get into that sort of drama without really knowing what you're doing. Do any of you have any sort of experience working within federal regulations and that sort of investigative work?
I did-
Yeah, I
I
don't
did
think
similar
that'd
stuff in
actually
the
be.
army.
Oh, well, there you go. I was
Wow.
gonna say I'm not even sure that's as relevant as you may think because of the aforementioned RD problem.
I'll have you
You-
know, I was interning in the Federal Post Office.
Oh, there you go.
You'd be surprised how often these things show up in places you don't expect.
Hmm. He
Which is
he still has the forced smile on, but he's clearly not happy if you have any amount of empathy without even rolling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um, like, listen, perhaps I do have some personal interest in Magadon and their related, well, and those in charge. And I'll just flat out admit to you all, since you apparently have such knowledgeable friends, that there's a lot more going on there, and with those of us who have connections there than you could possibly be aware of. It's things that I have a personal interest in. I need to be sure that I'm aware of what's going on there and why.
You mean the Special Projects Division? I just named it up casually.
You swear that, like, it's a miracle he isn't chipping a tooth right now.
he's just grinning. He's so happy to see us.
Exactly. You're just so happy you know all of these terms and you can speak on the same level. Like, you have some very knowledgeable friends, don't you? So that being said, who among you have Righteous Lion's Defense and other mind-related
I don't think
things?
any of us do.
Uh-oh, none.
Just been relying on our stats.
Okay,
You got
well,
intimacies?
yeah, I was going to say, if you have intimacies, I believe you can make a roll against the power, even if it normally wouldn't. If the intimacy applies, but let's find out. That is not a great roll on his part, but it is enough to at least make an effect go off. Alright, so he kind of does the same sort of thing that his daughter was doing, in that he pushes a button on his computer, and then this, like, it looks kind of like a radio antenna, but how do you make a radio antenna look more modern? It's basically like a little metal strip that runs down the entirety of the room. And there's this pulse of static that hits all of your minds. So I need all of you to roll willpower difficulty 8 for the normal counter magic resistance against 3 successes.
Ooh.
You can all
Spend a
see something's
willpower.
happening, so you can make the attempt.
Yeah.
Sick.
2 successes.
I might want to spend willpower on this too.
Yeah, I'm doing the same for sure.
I don't.
Ooh, 4 successes with the willpower.
Okay. So he had...
I guess even with the will, I guess I'll need to re-roll that with luck.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh
please
yeah,
don't
you
get
have
my
luck,
control.
don't you?
I did take that just for this. Haven't come up yet, but
Yeah.
sometimes you need it.
So yeah, he had 3 successes, so with his own
There we
willpower.
go.
Oh.
Hooray for willpower.
Okay, and you have willpower, so you're at 3, and Henry's 3, and Dolores, did you spend willpower? I don't
No, I
remember.
didn't.
Okay, so Dolores, do you have any intimacy that would prevent you from betraying the trust of his daughter?
Let's see. My intimacies are I can't let Magadon down or they'll get me. That's the Hadidir's default. Keep my nose down at work, support the press, don't get on atrocities bad side. So, no, nothing about the daughter.
Support the trust, don't get on
I
atrocities.
don't know.
But
I can't let my guard down or they'll get me. It sounds appropriate.
Yeah, you would be letting down your guard.
Yeah, I'll give you that. So you can roll again, and I believe you just need. Okay, yeah, you just need one success if you roll again, because that's your intimacy will. Okay, so yeah, you all feel an impulse to basically tell him how you know what you know, but you're able to resist it through one form or another. It's pretty difficult for a couple of you, but you've pushed through it. And he just kind of looks at you waiting, because, he doesn't
Do we know that he tried doing that?
You can roll awareness.
Perception
With higher perception or wits, because it's something that happened to you.
Okay. What difficulty? 6?
Yeah, just 6.
Yeah. 7 successes.
Okay. Oh. Got the 2 dice coming in the rear. All right. Well, you all know that something definitely happened when he did that you had to push through. And Dolores, he was, that impulse you felt, he is responsible for trying to specifically force you to tell him how you know what the Special Projects Division and other technocracy related terms is. It was a mind affecting effect.
So I guess I'll pretend I'm affected by it and say that some higher ups at Magadon spilled the beans for us.
Okay. Give me a
Just say that.
subterfuge.
Ooh, I like this.
Okay, where's subterfuge?
While I look up his
There we go.
empathy.
We're sticking it around like right away. That's perfect.
I'll even spend an essence on that, and that's my casting. What's the difficulty?
Just be 6, because it's contested, so. How do... Oh, okay, but he does have that, so...
9 successes.
9 successes,
luck,
alright. Well, if he gets all successes, he can meet you. So close. So close.
He's like, well,
Lucky.
the worst part is because he's so good at it. He's like, well, I can tell when lies happen.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh.
He's gonna believe this. So yeah, you tell him that, and he nods and says like, "Well, I thank you for being so forthcoming with that. It's supposed to be above your pay grade. I'll have to talk with a few of my contacts around there. Now that being said, well, I suppose that means you do know that I have a direct interest in Pentex, that we get some of our own funding through collaboration with them. So I suppose there's no need to hide that anymore."
Indeed.
So, well, it's that simple. I have a stake in Pentex, and I can't let you ruin them from within, if that's your intention.
Well, I don't think we want to ruin it. Necessarily just, make it more ethical, because,
Well, I mean,
insulin is needed.
They
Sounds
are
like-
trying to, it does seem that they're connected to, I mean, sorry to go big picture with you here, friend, but, end the world, which would make it probably really hard to police all that deviancy.
they
you
have
know?
they have a factory that makes reality deviants.
Let me think. How much of this does he already know? He probably knows most of it.
Right.
So,
But but then if it's only a question of money, then you should just give us a number and we can see what we can do.
Right, we do have a stake in Pentex. Our 401ks are tied to it.
Yeah, we're not sure that Pentex's current set of values are really creating long-term shareholder value. Sadly, I'm not sure that Mason has the vocabulary to say that, but
It doesn't
Alright.
he
go
would if he
well
does.
Why
with the
don't
corporate
you?
synergy.
Why don't you all make a teamworky social role to, convince him that you can make it worth his while to just let you do what you want, with the, you mentioned give me a number and clearly it's going to make their job harder and longer, all of that, whatever social dice pool you think you can justify for how you're trying to convince him, roll it.
Could we help
I could-
Mason? Like, give him a bonus
And I
instead
could
of doing
apply-
our roll?
Teamwork in World of Darkness is you just roll and you combine the successes.
Oh,
It's-
wow.
It's really brokenly good.
Well, I
I
will.
see.
If I can use leadership,
Yeah, sure.
Great.
and I'll drop a willpower into listener swaying argument. DC normal will be 6.
Yep.
Go gadget excellency.
Oh, yeah, I have an excellency. I almost forgot. I have an excellency in that. I'm going to do the same goddamn thing. Oh,
I guess, I know, manipulation empathy to appeal to him like that?
Yeah, go for it. He's not
Yeah.
quite a robot. Okay, so did you how many of you spent willpower? Oh, this doesn't really matter.
I just use mine to lower the DC. So
Oh, okay. So let's see, that means 17 successes between you all. Yeah. I could roll his willpower, but you can't have a willpower specialty, so that's going to be plenty. Alright, so he drums his fingers on the desk for an uncomfortable length of time that's probably only a minute or two, but it still feels like an eternity when dealing with, a techno mage who has you surrounded by a building full of magic. All right. Let's do this. I will send you a number. He says that to Henry. It's going to be a very, very high number. I don't know exactly who you all are or what you're capable of past some reports I've read, but if you can match that number, I won't pull out, but I won't interfere. How does that sound?
great.
I think that's a great start.
All right. He, pokes a couple things into his computer, and Henry, a very big number gets texted to you. It's
Absurd big number.
it's like, it's resources 6.
I see, okay. Fair enough.
Now, if you do manipulate Pentex right from within, you can still get him that money if you're still making it. And of course, you might have other weird Exalted ways to make that happen.
Go to a bank, control people bank, make more
Oh,
money.
they don't keep that much money in a bank anymore.
See, you just, hack it digitally and they can make the numbers.
I mean, this is the thing.
I mean, who
Really,
do you?
it just depends on our approach. There are lots of ways to make money.
I mean, I'll put it this way, completely out of character. Who do you think controls the banks around here, digitally or not?
We'd be stealing from him to get the money.
The
Exactly.
vampires.
No.
Fine. No, but for real, there's stuff we can do.
Yes, there are stuffs. Yes, there are stuffs you can do.
Guys, quick, we need to do an IPO.
All right. He says, "All right, and beyond that, well, don't bother me again."
Yeah, don't bother us again either. Once we settle this up, okay?
Did you send those mechanical spiders after us, or was that someone else?
Roll empathy.
With perception, manipulation.
Wits, I believe, would generally be. I guess perception would be fine too if you have it. Because yeah, he's basically going to shake
Same
his
number
head
for me. 5.
and say he has no idea what you're talking about. All right, 5 versus his. Nah, he had nothing to do with it. He's telling the truth.
I really doubt I'll beat that. Definitely telling the truth there. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
well, that's too bad. We would have asked you to send more.
Okay. Figure we check.
Right. Well, you know the way out. Not to rush you, but I'm a busy man.
Oh, we have things to do as well. Thanks so much for your time.
Yep. He nods and motions for them to open up the elevator that was locked.
Of course.
It's going to be a theme. All right. So yeah, you.
It doesn't matter whether it was lock or knock, it's in another dimension. Anyway.
No, you're not in the Void Engineer base.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah, then look at the number that got texted him like, well, that's a little more than my salary.
Yeah. That's we're gonna have to put a pin on.
That's a little
figuring that
more
out.
than Magadon's income.
Yeah.
Hey
Whoops.
guys, we need to take over Twitter and sell it some stupid billionaire, and maybe we'll have enough money.
I was about to say, like, guys, I'm so sorry, but we have to engage in the darkest, most evil blasphemy. We need to make NFTs. I'm really sorry, guys. It's the only way.
Oh God.
God.
You all gain the taint of corruption flaw.
Immediate demonic investment.
Right.
Hey, maybe we can afford it now.
Cup boils over.
Alrighty.
Oh God.
So, yeah. Well,
Oh yeah. Once we leave, I'm gonna check us for bugs, just to be clear.
check you for
Good
bugs, as in like actual like
I just mean
spirit
spy
bugs,
devices.
or do you mean like spy devices? Okay.
Spy devices. Not. Yeah. No, I'm not looking for random insects. Sorry.
Yeah.
You sprayed with nanobots.
I mean, you
Oh.
never know with technocrats. But yeah.
Just
So
in
that would be
case.
more of a crap. Which are the ones that are all about the
Progenitors, I think.
janitors? They would be the ones who have actual spiders spying on you. But roll alertness.
Oh. Sure. Is this with my fancy magic?
Oh, you mean you're trying to connect to
Yeah,
them?
my
Right, sorry, I
technopathy.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
I just used my eyes, but maybe I'll catch something.
My bad. In that case, no, you don't find anything on you.
Okay.
And I will just do just my, Mark 1 eyeball, discover anything.
Wow, what a superpower, having eyes.
Mark
Yep.
one eyeball. No, there's nothing on you you don't expect to be on you.
Okay.
Great.
Oof.
What in the spirit world?
Oh no.
Well, you're not looking in the spirit world right now.
Exactly.
Damn it.
I mean,
Well,
once we go to the office, you can have your spirit buddies take a look at you there.
that's true.
All right.
There
So
are
yeah.
spiders grooming you.
Fuck. Giving you tetanus.
He's grooming me. All right. So yeah, you head back to Magadon. None of the rust spiders get a hold of you and tell you about anything on you in the spirit world or anything. So you assume that they'd be proactive because they love you so much, Henry.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Right.
So is there anything else you want to do for the rest of the day, and what do you plan to get into next? Because we're closing on the end of the session, I think.
I think we'll need to figure out how to make a lot of money.
Kind
It's
of
more-
next steps, like planning, because like our original plan was, okay, we're gonna figure out what's going on with Mitchell and deal with it. However, we're gonna do that, and then move on to mind controlling everyone. So, money is the first step, right?
Seems
Mhm.
likely.
Well,
And, you know,
we do
Even
have
if it-
our crafter over here, and we could pull Johnny Silverhand and blow up our second tower.
Huh?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh,
The backstory is that Johnny Silverhand, as in Keanu Reeves, decided, well, I
right.
hate Arasaka so much, I'm going to use a thermonuclear device.
Well, let's
Please
let's
don't-
put that on the
please don't-
back burner.
Let's put a pin on that. Yeah.
You don't nuke the city I happen to live in. Like that's,
Well, tell that to Johnny.
I would, but he's not here because he got blown to a nuclear explosion.
Ah,
So we're not. Let's again backup plan. Nuclear weapon. I'm sure we could figure that out. But in lieu of that, how are we going to make a lot of money? Like a lot of money.
Right, and if we get close but no cigar, then we have a lot of money and a nuclear weapon, I guess.
Yeah. See, that's okay. We can then use a lot of money to exonerate ourselves from being war criminals or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's worth noting.
Um,
It's worth noting. As long as his implication was basically, you don't need to get him that money until what you've done to Pentex would ruin the stake he already has. So
But we don't really know what his stake is.
that's true.
So I guess there's some wiggle room there.
Could
But at
investigate.
the,
I mean,
It's definitely something to keep an eye out for. Yes, I'm just saying
Right.
you don't need to immediately go into like manipulating the stock market if you don't want to.
right.
Um,
I will note that maybe we should start figuring out what exactly his stake is,
mhm.
and
we know it's the projects division.
Well,
Special
that
projects
and-
division.
like what he's getting out of it. Right? Maybe he's getting like
Yeah.
mortality potions or what?
yeah,
'Cause,
we can figure out SPD.
Yeah, the problem with that conversation that we had was that he had all the leverage and we didn't have any. But if we know what he wants, besides enormous quantities of cash, then we have leverage.
True.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So we'll look into that and then decide if we want to make stupid amounts of money.
I mean, we should do that anyway. But
Okay, we
Right.
should probably. You know what? We should probably do that anyway. Yeah.
there's never a case where you have, oh no, I have too much money. What am I going to do?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really hard for that to go bad at this point.
Right. And then I think you'd mentioned also next time calling like a Pentex or a Magadon wide meeting for your local.
Yeah, at least
Yes.
this office wide
Right.
meeting of being like,
To make sure you know what everyone's actually up to there.
yeah, and
Okay.
why they're doing
We
it.
can plan that for next time then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's okay. That's a good for 2 steps we'll be taking for next session. Then we'll call that meeting together to find out more about SPD and whatever else is going on at Magadon, and then we're going to figure out how to make stupid amounts of money. And I don't know. We'll figure out plans for that before next session or something, or like ideas.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. We'll see you next time. This has been Chris Falco with Falconian Productions, and you've been listening to Exalted vs. World of Darkness Pentex.